Have you ever wondered if there were simple mindsets that you could apply immediately to immediately start becoming more successful? In today's video, I've put together 5 of them that I believe will help you be more successful and get more done and be a better entrepreneur just by adopting these beliefs. Hello, Dale Majors here, and welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel and not yet subscribed, then subscribe and click the bell. I release videos that help people become more action-oriented and really just get more of what they want. So thank you for being here today, and let's jump right in. So the first mindset is the belief that all of us have the potential to be amazing or lousy. And if you think back to a time where you were killing it, where things were going amazing and you had high energy and everything was awesome, I think we can all think of times like that. Now I want you to think about a time where you weren't all that motivated. For me, I remember a time where I can think a lot of times. One time I was in a service project in Scouts and man, I was the worst. Or I went to this trade show and I was an intern and man, I was the worst. I have so many times in my life where I just wasn't all that motivated. So the solution to that I'd like to share with you is the motivation formula. So the idea is that I really believe there are 3 components that you need to be motivated. First, you need a gap between where you are and where you want to be, right? Under the amazing shade, you've got the burning sun, but you need a gap between where you are and where you want to be. So second, you need some sort of emotion. So this guy, he wants to shoot him, so that's not good. So there's maybe some negative emotion, or you may just be so excited to get over to the tree. That may be your emotion. So your emotion, I really think you just need to give a darn, and that could be a positive or negative emotion. The third element is you need an action plan you believe in. So it's just depressing if you really want to get somewhere but you can't get there, you have no idea. But the minute you see how you might be able to get there, then you're all of a sudden motivated. So in this case, you need an action plan you believe in. Our hero looks over and sees the pile of sticks and rope and says, man, maybe I can fashion a ladder, put it down there, and cross over and escape the guy with the arrow in time. With those 3 elements, you'll be much more motivated. The second mindset is that you can have your cake and eat it too, okay? So the idea is that we're really capable, and I want you to believe that you can have whatever you want, that you can reach your goals, that life can be amazing, that everything that you've ever hoped for can come true. It's so much better to believe that. And I want to share with you a framework that you can use to kind of sculpt out what that might look like. So I call this formula the HATS model. And the HATS model is something that you can apply to really any role in your life to create goals around. So the H stands for hope. So for my personal fitness, for example, I hope that I will someday be like Hugh Jackman in Wolverine. Okay, that's my hope. It's my undefined, non-SMART goal. But then I go to the achievable outcomes, and these are actually more like SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, time-bound, realistic, okay? SMATTER goals. Those are the things that you can achieve. Like, if I'm like Hugh Jackman in Wolverine, I'm gonna be able to do a backflip, I'm gonna be able to do like 100 push-ups at a time, whatever, right? What are the specific things that you can do? Then, what are the tactics you're going to apply? What things are you going to do to actually get there? Exercise, eat differently, go to the gym. And then finally, specifics are, how often are you going to go to the gym? How are you going to change your diet? How much are you going to exercise? All of those things. You could go even further by identifying what obstacles are going to get in your way and what solutions you can come up with each of those obstacles. But believe that you can achieve your goals, and that belief is going to help you so much. And you can use the HATS goal to come up with those goals, to create that big cake that you will someday be able to eat. It also fits in really well with mindset 1, knowing that we can all be lousy or not, and that there's this motivation formula, it helps us come up with an action plan. So we can be a lot more motivated and engaged when we have goals. A lot of times, if your engagement is low, then maybe create goals in those areas where you have lower engagement. All right, that brings us to mindset 3, lotus flowers. So what do I mean by lotus flowers? You need to believe that certain things will not help you reach your goals. And I want to share an example from Percy Jackson. I'm going to show you a quick movie clip that where Percy and all the other heroes stumble into this casino and something happens to them in there. So check it out.
Can I get you something? Try a lotus flower. They're so good. It's our signature dish.
Oh. It's the most delicious thing I've ever consumed.
Guys, why don't we stay here for a while?
That sounds like an amazing idea. But we're on a time-sensitive mission right now. Aren't we? I can't remember. I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
All right, so in the clip, we saw Percy and his other heroes. They're having so much fun, they're distracted, everything's amazing, and they realize that way more time went by than they thought, and that they were distracted from their mission. So the third belief that I want you to adopt is that certain things are distracting you from your mission, and you need to avoid them like the plague. Just like Percy started saying to these lotus flowers, he's like, nope, no thanks, no thanks, no thanks, and he got out of there. What are those lotus flowers that you have in your life that you need to avoid, that want to take you away from your mission? Okay, so now mindset 4 is this beautiful drawing right here, okay? The mindset is everyone has a valuable perspective that you need. You need to believe that everyone that you come across and encounter and work with has something valuable to contribute. And I really I'll share my strategy model. It's not mine, but it's a strategy model that you use when brainstorming. So the idea is that there's the spaceman, the sky man, and earth man. So when applying this to an idea, you might say, we want a mousetrap. What's the earth idea for a mousetrap? Well, the earth idea is something that, snaps on the mouse. Boom, done. What could a space, now let's go up to space. Let's go from earth and let's go up to space. What's a space idea? And you might say, well, a space idea might be, space idea could be maybe a radar tower on the roof of every house that dispels the mice through this, high frequency and makes them all go away. That might be a space idea. Or that goes and leads them into a box somewhere to be taken to a field, or it's like the Pied Piper where it's just this big bin that just fills with mice because it attracts everything. Then you might say, okay, well, how can we mix that? How can we mix the mousetrap idea, earth idea, with the spaceman idea and say, well, maybe there are little traps, mini traps, not whole neighborhood ones, that are not traps. Maybe it's a frequency that just dispels mice, but you just keep thinking. So the idea in valuing perspectives is you don't say, spaceman, he's nuts, and we're just going to totally ignore him, and I'm an earth guy, so I only want to listen to other earth guys. But you need to say, man, I'm an earth guy, and I appreciate my skills, but I really like sky guys, and I like space guys. I'm willing to look for and try to appreciate any contribution they bring. So you'll be so much better at leading teams and leveraging your employees if you're looking for what they're amazing at instead of making fun of them for wearing moon boots, okay? Value every perspective. All right, and this takes us to number 5. So the 5th mindset is go slow to go fast. One of my favorite quotes is by Abraham Lincoln that says, it's attributed to him. He says, if I had 6 hours to cut down a tree, I would spend the first 4 hours sharpening my axe. There's another quote by Martin Luther that when he had a really busy day, totally booked, he said, I need to spend that much more time in prayer and scripture study so I can be ready for my day. The idea is that by going slow and slowing down, that we can get more done, that we can be more present, that we can be more ready to make decisions. So think about how you can apply that to yourself. How can you go faster by going slower? Do you have times in your day, do you have times in your week where you let yourself relax, where you let yourself unwind? And are there times when you just slow down and think about everything that you're doing, or are you always go, 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 go? So those are the 5 mindsets that you can apply immediately. If you enjoyed them, then maybe share the video. And if you're new to the channel, then subscribe and click the bell, and I will see you on the next one.